Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have our Backlash 2026 predictions, and this should be a very good show based off of the card. Now I will say there's definitely a lot of like weird kind of energy around the pay-per-view because of the Io Asuka match not having Kairi Sane. Part of it's kind of like a big hit. There is some rumors about maybe she'll show up or not, but we're not gonna really include that in our predictions or anything. But there is kind of like a lot of bad thing around like the releases and all that sort of stuff. But what is your excitement levels despite all of that?
Yeah, I think the storylines haven't been the greatest on TV, but obviously there's not too much time to really build these stories for all these matches. But they have done a fairly good job. Everything kind of has something going for it. You have Trick Williams and Sami Zayn that's been going on for the past few months, kind of before WrestleMania, and now kind of looks like this will be the finisher of this feud between these two, as well as Roman Reigns and Jake Fatu. I think that's something that a lot of people wanted to see, but didn't expect. We thought Jake was going to go after Cody, but yeah, a lot of good matches, I guess, and yeah, I think the matches will be pretty solid.
And starting off this pay-per-view, we have Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. Now, this is a match that's been built for a very long time. Then injuries kind of took part of it, and it delayed it for a very long time. But now we finally have the match post-WrestleMania, and this should be a very good one. In the short amount of time, they have built this very well. So I do feel like this will be a very good match. The only thing is I don't really know if Braun Breaker needs Paul Heyman or the Vision at this point. I kind of think he should go solo, and maybe Paul Heyman could go another direction. I'm not really sure what direction or where he can go or what the Vision would do without him, but I think Logan Paul and Austin Theory could just kind of take the torch and just hold that Vision name. Maybe Bronson Reed could come back and add to that, but I do think Braun Breaker kind of just goes solo from this point.
Yeah, I don't know where Braun Breaker goes after this, but I think for this match, I am going to go Seth Rollins to get the win here. I don't think this is the end of their feud. I feel like this is going to set up, an attack from the rest of the division, kind of how we mentioned. But I think also something that has been good for this storyline is the introduction to the Street Profits. There's people that we haven't really seen in quite some time on WTV, but now that they're back in a big storyline that has been built up for quite some time to kind of help Seth Rollins in a way. I guess they're not fully on his side, but they're just ready to get into some action. So yeah, it's nice to see them involved. But yeah, I do think Seth is going to pick up the win. And yeah, Braun Breaker, I do hope he goes solo because I do think we really need to start building him up as one of the next big guys. He's been there for quite some time. We have an Intercontinental Championship ring, and that's kind of it. So yeah, I think with a big, if he does end up winning this match against Seth, I think we will see him in some type of title picture sometime in the next few months.
Yeah, I am going to go ahead and pick Braun Breaker myself. I do think he kind of got a little bit overshadowed by like the Obafimis who came in, by the Trick Williams who came in and just instantly got a lot of attention. The fans really love him and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like Braun Breaker, he's been popular but never really reached that like next level that like Trick Williams is at or that Obafemi's at. He never really felt like he was on their level, but maybe he could get there after this match. And for our second match, I mentioned it in the intro, and that is Io versus Asuka, and there's unfortunately no Kairi Sane. We're not going to really include none of that in our predictions or anything. We're just going to go as it is on paper, and I am going to go with Io Sky getting the win.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Io Sky. I feel like now that this storyline feels like it's going to be wrapping up relatively soon, I feel like there's not much to really do after you have this match, or maybe they can have one or two more matches, but I do think this is towards the end now. I think Io Sky will walk out of the feud on top, and I do think this will set up her going after some type of Intercontinental Championship down the line, or maybe we see her insert her name back into the world title picture on Raw now that Rhea Ripley's away from her. We won't see her too much in the tag team division anymore, which I think will be more beneficial for Io Sky to kind of go back to being one of the best women's wrestlers in the world.
And we all seen the rumors that there's like a over 50% chance that Kairi Sane shows up. So what do you think? Will Kairi Sane show up at Backlash?
It's hard to say. Honestly, I don't necessarily think I want her to show, but I kind of would rather her just go back to kind of what she wants to do, and whether that is just wrestling back in Japan, or she wants to stay in America and kind of wrestle in the Indies, or she wants to sign with another company. I think I would rather see her go there instead of coming back, because I don't think it's going to last very long if she comes back and gets a big pop. They do the match with Io or Asuka, and that's kind of the end of it. I think that's kind of all we would get from her, and then after that, we go back into the same pool that we were, the reason why, what led to her release. So yeah, I don't know if I want her there. I don't think she'll show up.
Yeah, the match at this point, it kind of is already a tainted match at this point. People are already kind of negative on the match, but at the same time, I'm very excited for it because we do want Io Sky and Asuka. They're both incredible wrestlers. We want to see this match, and it will be a good match on the night. but it's kind of, like I mentioned, tainted by the whole Kairi Sane thing getting released and all the other releases that happened, the New Day stuff, all kind of stuff going on the WWE side of things. So this match is kind of, it doesn't feel complete, even though this is the kind of finale to this. Another series that's potentially at its finale is Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn. Now this is probably the best built feud on this card. I've been really enjoying this. This has been built up since pre-WrestleMania, so I've been really enjoying it. It's been a pretty long build. Everything they've done backstage, in the ring, when they do segments, whether it's the gingerbread man with Lil Yachty, Sami Zayn. I love literally all of this. I know a lot of people don't like all the gingerbread segments or whatever is happening with that, but I really did enjoy it myself, and I think this has been kind of one of the spotlights of SmackDown, this whole series with these guys.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the side that I'm not really enjoying it as much. I think I would have rather more of just a real feud. And the real reason why I don't really like this feud has just been because I know the direction it's kind of going. That's going to lead to a Sami Zayn heel turn, which I don't necessarily think benefits him or Trick Williams, who I think would be turning babyface as well through the match. So I don't know how to feel about that. And yeah, I don't really know how to feel about the gingerbread stuff. It feels like some of that, I thought we could do something a little bit better with it. But yeah, I think this match still would be very good. I think Trick Williams has been doing very good with all his matches as of late, so I think this will be no different. And yeah, another rematch with Sami Zayn should be pretty good. I will go with Trick Williams though to retain and probably walk out as a babyface champion now.
Yeah, I will also go with Trick Williams to retain. But yeah, I definitely did enjoy all the gingerbread segments and stuff like that. I like a little bit of comedy in my wrestling. That gives us the comedy on SmackDown alongside the Danhausen and all that sort of stuff. But speaking of Danhausen, we have Danhausen and his mystery tag team partner taking on The Miz and Kit Wilson. So this is his first PLE match. He's made an appearance at a PLE before, but this will be his real first PLE match. He's had 1 or 2 SmackDown matches, Raw matches, whatever, but it's gonna be his first like big spotlight match. And I guess I'm very curious to see what kind of antics happen throughout this, because there's gonna be a lot of eyes on this match. There's gonna be a lot of people ready to criticize Danhausen, with all the eyes on it, of course. And I'm curious to see how they kind of do this. Who's gonna be the mystery partner? There's a lot of things that could go wrong, but also a lot of things that could go right.
I don't really know how to feel about this match because I feel like this could be a very quick match where it's just 3 minutes even, and we just get the introduction of whoever the mystery tag team partner is for Danhausen, and then we hit a big move, and that's going to be the end of it. It's going to be pretty short. I don't really think, we're going to see this match going over for like 7 minutes. So for me, I will go with Danhausen. And for the mystery partner, I think the obvious answer is kind of going to be Jelly Roll. We see him kind of dip his toes into this storyline a little bit. I know a lot of people have said John Cena as well, which I really hope it isn't. If John Cena were to come back for another match just to team with Danhausen after having this long retirement tour, that'd definitely be a decision. But I will go with Jelly Roll, who I think will be Danhausen's partner.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Obafemi being the partner, and I think Danhausen will get the win, of course. And if I have to take a backup answer, I do think there's a possibility that it is CM Punk, because this is a good opportunity for him and Punk to do something on camera, because it's not going to really be a whole lot of reasons why CM Punk and Danhausen are interacting with each other. But yeah, this will be a good fun time to just do this really quickly, let them have their moment together and kind of go their separate ways or whatever after. But yeah, this could be a very fun match. I will go with Danhausen to win as well. And yeah, like I mentioned before, this could be a lot of things that goes wrong, but there also could be a very fun, funny match, and that's kind of what I'm leaning more towards, but I think they'll go with it, and I do think Danhausen could pull it off, because it's been great ever since then. And for our main event of Backlash, we have Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu for that World Heavyweight Championship. So this is a big match. We talked about it a little bit in the intro to this video, and now we're gonna really get into it, because this is one of the most exciting matches. We kind of had a tease to it about a year ago, where I believe it was Roman and Cody versus Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa in like a cage match or something like that. Maybe just a tag team match. I don't remember exactly what it was, but we kind of got a little teaser of this already, but now we're officially getting it one-on-one. This is post WrestleMania, and this is kind of like peak Jacob Fatu right now. At some point early in the year, I do feel like the kind of hype around Jacob Fatu died out, but now that has been after WrestleMania, he's kind of had that interaction with Drew McIntyre and a few other things in between. I do feel like they rose that stock a lot, and now this match is very exciting.
Yeah, it's been great to see Roman kind of show up pretty much every single week on Raw and kind of help build this feud. We haven't had too much interaction between them. We've seen the first interaction with Jacob kind of just pretty much dogging on Roman for the entire to end the night, and we've seen this past week when they had a contract signing. But yeah, I don't don't know who is going to walk out on top. I just imagine it is going to be Roman Reigns. But I will say that I am glad that what we're getting from Roman, it feels like we're actually going to be getting a little bit more of a work rate from him, and I'm interested in what that means for his matches now, because hopefully we do see him tune it up a little bit, especially with a guy like Jacob Fatu, who could, with a big match here tonight, really set him up for another world champion opportunity, maybe against Cody Rhodes. We revisit that probably towards SummerSlam.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting Roman Reigns to retain the title. I don't think Jacob Fatu, I'm not going to say he doesn't have a chance, because he definitely does. Jacob Fatu is one of those kind of beast people you could just let win the title, and then he's just kind of in that main event picture instantly. But Roman Reigns just won. He's not going to lose without a defense, and I just don't really see it happening this quickly. I do feel like maybe if you did this match a month or two later, it would have had a lot more hype around it, because it would have felt more so like Jacob Fatu had more of a chance, because it does feel like there's almost no chance that Roman Reigns is going to lose. But maybe they do something surprising. They have done that in the past, where someone's won a title and they immediately lose it like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later. And yeah, this would be a big moment for Jacob Fatu to do that. But I will go with Roman Reigns.
That is our predictions. I do think this card has a lot of good potential matches to really be bangers and really showcase for this month. But what is the match you're looking most forward to on the night?
I think Trick Williams and Sami Zayn, like I mentioned, I really love this build. I do think it was the best built feud going into this. And even if it's not, it'd probably be Danhausen otherwise, which is going to be a kind of silly match on the night. So I would still give it to this. But also, I mean, Io Sky and Asuka is there. So that's going to be an amazing night. I just think Trick Williams and Sami Zayn really got my attention.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. I think Io Sky and Asuka, I think, probably will be match of the night. With only being one women's match, I could see them kind of giving them a little bit more time to kind of really showcase and kind of give a little payoff and a little bit of, I guess our fault to the crowd to give the women a few more minutes. So I think that one will be one, but also that Trick and Sane, I think, match could also be really good. But yeah, let us know down in the comments what your favorite match is on Backlash going into it, and let us know your predictions as well down in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.